Good evening, everyone. My name is Edward Rivera. We're going to be talking about overcoming key challenges in nursing leadership. Relationship building with staff is so important in any type of industry, but in special with nurses, the team building relationship is critical for effective nursing leadership. Transformational leadership is one of my favorites. I think it's the best leadership ever. It's really flexible and it actually includes a lot of things like emotional intelligence, shared governance. Like we need to be able to include everyone in the decision making of the units or the institution itself. We need to be authentic, we need to be trustworthy, we need to be clear with everything. We need to learn and develop strategies to resolve conflicts. I'm obviously be able to mentor and coach these leaders or these nurses to develop their skills and become even better. A collaborative, cohesive nursing team provides the best patient care, internal communication, and mutual respect in the overall multidisciplinary delivery process will empower and strengthen your team. That positivity spills over into the patient experience. Nurse leaders are responsible for the general health and well being of the unit staff. They can actively promote nursing teamwork through inclusivity, demonstrating and applauding transparency and creating opportunities. There's no one size fits all approach in this team building situation. We need to try different strategies and see which ones resonate with your team. Okay, transformational leadership, like I was telling you, my favorite, helps inspire staff through vision, motivation, and personal attention. It shares a clear, compelling vision for patient care while recognizing individual contribution and providing opportunities for professional development. With emotional intelligence, we can actually enhance the self awareness and communication by sharing decision making. Um, we build trust and initiative. We need to be authentic. That means that we're going to build trust through transparency and consistency. We need to be we need to build integrity while encouraging feedback from others. And then, like I say about mentorship, a mentorship program will give access to experienced colleagues' insights, which inspire confidence, critical thinking, and development. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about how to strengthen relationships building with the staff. This is one of the most important things. If you don't have a good relationship with them, you are not gonna be able to develop any critical points. Okay, so we're gonna integrate a shared governance model that focuses on active listening, recognition, and collaborative problem solving. Now, how are we gonna differ from the previous leadership? Simple. The staff is gonna be a structured representation through councils and committees. The leader's staff rounding becomes a scheduled, predictable, rela- relational practice, and the communication becomes bidirectional, scheduled, and collaborative. The shared governance model will be supported by routine international leader rounding. Leader roundings increase leader visibility and promotes real-time dialogue. It ensures that frontline nurses are involved in decisions that affect clinical practice, staffing, and workflow. If you see your leader, you're more able to approach them and to actually talk about things that happen in daily basics other than just sending an email, just like um, see them through a conference that is more complicated because there's so much people when they're doing like a presentation and stuff that they're probably not going to be able to approach to them to talk to them. The shared governance improves nurse empowerment, engagement, and retention. So there's research that shows that when staff participate in the decision making, patient outcomes, and job satisfaction will improve. You know, they are able to make progress to the decision makings. Now, establishing a clear strategic vision for nursing. We're going to facilitate annual nursing strategic planning workshops with representation from all nursing roles. This differs from a previous leadership because leaders and frontline nurses jointly define the nursing vision and the operational priorities. The roadmap is grounded in frontline insights and includes measurable outcomes. Staff become active contributors and co-owners of the strategic objects. The staff will be actively participating in how the units develop and how we change things. Representation from all nurses builds consensus around priorities such as evidence-based practice adoption, staffing models, professional development, and quality initiatives. Collaborative strategic planning increase ownership, alignment, and sustainability of change initiative. Now, the co-creation enhance motivation and clarity, reducing ambiguity around organizational direction. Evidence links participatory planning with high organizational commitment and lower burnout. If I participate in decision makings and everything, I can be accountable too for the things that don't go the right way. Everyone can be accountable, everyone can get better at the same time. Rebuilding trust through transparency, inclusive decision making. Adopt a decision transparency protocol that includes publishing decision rationales for staffing, scheduling, and resource allocation, communicating options, consider evidence review, and constraints phase, engaging staff in decision making through surveys, advisory groups, and feedback cycles. Now we're going to make this different in a way that the decisions include rationales, evidence, and staff feedback. We need to be able to explain the staff why we're making these changes, why the staff is like this, why we're going to be short during this period of time, and what are we doing to change that. Staff are involved early in decisions, increasing control and predictability. If they know what's going on, it's not going to be a surprise. They're going to be prepared for what it comes, and then we can make arrangements to overcome the obstacle. Systematic transparency rebuilds credibility and creates psychological safety. If I'm clear with the staff, there's going to be more feedback and more support from them because we're not hiding anything. We're explaining them how this is going to be, what are plans to work it out, how long it's going to take, and what are the different barriers that we can find through the process. Transparency reduces perception of bias and increase leader credibility. When teams understand the why, they show higher trust and stronger engagement. Inclusive decision process promotes shared accountability and reduce resistance to change. Like I said, if I tell you how things are going to be, you're more likely to accept the change, especially if I'm open with all the possibilities and not hide anything. Now, furthermore, all these leadership strategies create a culture built on collaboration, clarity, and trust. Unlike traditional hierarchical leadership, these approaches emphasize shared decision making, transparent communication, and frontline engagement. Elements consistently link in the evidence to stronger team performance, reduced turnover, and better patient outcomes. In conclusion, I'm making everyone, or the nurses, the staff itself, part of the whole community, especially when we need to make decisions. It's not only like we make the decisions and I will tell you in a memo, in an email, and this is how it's going to be, and you don't have any saying of it. It doesn't work that way. Because we as leaders, we cannot be in every single place at the same time. We have our nurses in the floor, we have our nurses in the clinics, in the inpatient, in the outpatient setting. We need feedback from them. We need to know how is the day by day for them. What are the barriers or the problems that they're confronting every single day? what can we do to fix stuff? Yes, we can come up with some ideas. Now, those ideas are not going to work for everyone. So that's how it's important for us to present ourselves as someone that can be approached, that you can be easy to talk, that you can listen, and then we can actually sit down and see the problem through. Like we can find the problem, we can work the solutions, and then we can achieve the best outcome together. Thank you. Have a good day.